Floor-lying chest presses. Most of the time when you see chest presses, they're done up on a bench. And there's nothing wrong with doing them on a bench. In fact, it's great to do them on the bench. But A, you may not have access to a bench, first and foremost. But second of all, sometimes when we use the bench, we allow ourselves to go too far. Those elbows drop past a plane, and it puts a little bit too much pressure and strain on the joint that we don't necessarily want to get. So training from the floor can be a fantastic way to build your muscle memory and make sure that you're doing your chest presses safely. So it's not necessarily an easier variation, just a different one. So to start with, you're going to get a weight that you can comfortably press, a dumbbell in each hand. So we're going to come down onto your back. You're going to set yourself up as if you were going to do a bridge. So you're going to take your feet about hip distance apart, come down onto your back. You can take your weights. And we're going to start by setting ourselves up. So we've got our elbows coming straight out from our shoulders, wrists right above elbows. And then we're going to take the pit of your belly, you're going to draw it in so your lower back presses towards the mat or towards the floor. Nice strong stance, your feet pressing into the mat. Everything else in your body is engaged and controlled. And now we're going to press those weights straight up towards the ceiling. So we're going to press up, pause, and then we're going to pull the weight back down nice and slow. So we move powerfully up, pause, and lower slowly back down. So even though our arms are touching at the bottom of that rep, we're not letting them rest. So we're not just going to drop down and then get like heavy and relaxed here. We're going to stay engaged through every single stage. So we barely touch down and take it right back up again. Lowering down, keeping everything in a nice straight line and coming right back down. So those are floor-lying chest presses. Same principles will apply when you're on your bench, because again, we want to not go past that plane, so we don't want to break that plane. What that's going to look like is coming up onto the bench. I'm going to do this from the back so that you can actually see where my arms are going. So if you are on the bench, what we want here is we want to stop right about 90 degrees, which is where that floor was with what I was just doing. When we take it too low, we start to overstrain, we start to arch through the back, and we actually run the risk of doing ourselves more harm than good. So training off the floor helps us build a muscle memory to do our full chest presses safely.